Hello all, we are learning the state flow. In a state flow, we are learning a flow graph. So in a flow graph, just now we have completed like flow chart or flow graph, how we can implement the if else or else if loop or else if else if loop. In that way, we have completed this year few examples how we can declare the inputs, output, how we can set the data types for that and all this thing. So now we can implement some juice dispenser machine or we can create some cool dispenser machine using this. Before that, I'll tell you something here which we have done, but important thing is like here the hints in a state flow where in a state we have a transitions. Okay, so in a comment, if you want to write some comment in transition, we can use the same format like slash star comment star slash. In that way, we can write anything what we want. If we want to find like first condition, then action should be performed. That curly braces are very useful for writing a condition. Like square brackets are used for writing a condition, and curly braces for like action by this perform the condition used. Okay, if we can use only one square braces or one curly braces in that complete transition. If you want to write some conditions in some bracket format, then we are not using square bracket multiple time or curly braces multiple time. We can use some circular bracket or some another kind of bracket to perform the write the conditions or write the actions as well. Okay, so there is a transition, what we can say transition, and the transition it work in that way. And there is like double click on that button and we have to place that we will get some more junctions and all these things just we have studied already there. So the default transition I told you when we start a model. So what is the default transition? The default transition specific the starting point for the execution. In the case of multiple OR state, default transition determine the default state. The default transition shall have a destination junction but no source junction. In the flow chart, there must be only one default transition. In the flow graph, we may use a default transition to write a description or perform any initial condition. The format is the same as a condition action where we can mention the action to be performed, like how we can write in a curly braces action. Okay, so the pattern and so many things would be there. How we have done with the pattern adding examples and all this thing. Okay, now choose differential solution if we're going to do how it will work and all this thing. So we can make a just dispenser using that pattern as well. Or if you want something, then we can use that as well. Um, but here I have created something for your reference. So the flow graph has no action or information in states. Okay, everything is done on a condition. First condition like then first we have to write a condition, then action should be written. So here I have make this example for you uh, or your reference. Okay, the Coke dispenser machine. Okay, here what I have written everything I'll tell you in a detail. So this is my default transition. I'll be having user input 1, 2, 3, or else if user is giving anything, then machine should not work. In that way, I have written this. Okay. Now you can see the we have a different modes. If user selected 1, then I have to user that machine should give a Coke. If user selected 2, then machine should give a oranges. If user selected 3, then machine should give him to water. In that way, I have performed that thing. Okay. So here I will be having one input. You can see here as we already defined the input. You can see here the input. If input is there, then in the box here that first it is coming inside the box, that means it inputs, and the outputs are going outside the box. You can see here the symbols of arrow. So 3 outputs with a sequence of Coke, orange, and water 1, 2, 3 in a sequence. Or vice versa, we can say. Okay, fine. So the juice dispenser, the can say the same thing will be implemented with pattern as well. Yeah, we can implement with pattern as well. This is implemented is one of the kind of pattern only which we have used else if that previously. Let's say pattern is this. But I have written by myself instead of writing there, I have written here itself. This. So there are various ways where we can implement the machines and all this thing. So first you can see here like uh, if I am giving a 2, okay, so what will happen? I have written if my input is 1, then Coke. If my input is 2, then orange juice. If my input is 3, then water, or else nothing will be work here. Okay, so here my input is 2, so my orange juice output is 1. Okay, if I am giving input as a 1, apply okay, then Coke will be 1 and rest 2 will be the 0. Okay, if my input is become here like 3, then water will be given and rest all become 0, like can juice 0 and water will be given. If I'm taking this input as an like less than 1, 0 or greater than 3, then my or machine will not work. It's now best position. Okay, that 4 things I have shown you here now. Now, how we can make this thing with some good examples or something. So here you can see in this image, I have prepared this for the basic elements. So you can see how the default transition and things will work in basic element. So this is my first default transition where user input, these are my 3 conditions: user input 1, user input 2, user select 1, select 2, select 3 in that way. And these 3 are my action. This is my action. And these lines are known as the transitions. And these are all circles known as a junction. And this is a termination junction. That means the end of our logic. That thing is known as a termination junction. So from here, my logic will end. So if it's a 1, then it will go in that way. It will work and it will give here. If my input is 2, then it will go here, 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 and come back here. If my input is 3, then here, here, here. If my input is else, then it will go in a straight direction. So in that way, it will work. So guidelines to implement creating a flowchart. The execution has only one entry point. The execution has only one termination point. The execution, these are very two important. Only one entry point and one termination point. Okay. The execution can always reach to the termination point. That's important. Always it have to be reached to the termination point, or else it will give us an error. Termination is not end. The flow never backtrace. The flow will never backtrace there. Yeah, that's bad. Okay. So here we can select the input, which is output, and all this thing from here itself. So this all thing is written there, and this is the example. Now I will take this example to some another level for learning purpose. Okay. I'll create one subsystem on it. Inside it. Okay. So we'll go inside it here and we will learn now. Okay. So in a library browser, we know we are having a rotary switch. We already used in rotary switch when we are learning a that thing known as Simulink that key mode switches and all this thing we are learning. Yeah, at that time we have used the rot rotary switch. So in dashboard options, we are getting that all the options. Okay. Dashboard, I'm getting this rotary switch or knob what we want that here. So the rotary switch I'm taking here. Okay. And so I have taken here. The rotary switch is here. Okay, fine. Again, if I want to see the outputs of lamp, which is selected here, I select here, no problem. I'll try this, no problem in front of you. First, I'll try with this rotary switch. I'll connect this rotary switch to this constant itself. Okay. Then I'll give a name itself. User underscore input. Okay. So let all control C apply. Okay. Okay. And from here, I will give that thing here. I didn't want, I have to reduce one. I want 3 only. 1, 2, 3. Okay. If value 1 for scope. See, okay, ecoke. Okay. And value 2 for ORANGE, orange, GUICE, juice. And value 3 for water. Water. Okay. And here I'll connect this switch to the